Hi. Good night, everybody.
Oh,
No.
I don't think I didn't hear it. Hello, welcome. This is Party Podcast. That was a cold opening. How
it said
is?
hello. Good night, everyone.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. Oh, I didn't hear it because I turned off monitoring on my shit. I'm like, why didn't I hear it? Yeah, because I get sick of monitoring when I'm playing games and I go on there and I fucking hear myself all crazy. But yeah, on that note, welcome to this episode of Business Party Podcast, where we talk about shit that's going to be getting wild here right now, as we see shit heating up overseas and whatnot. But
I'm fucking heated.
let's talk a little bit about.
Everyone is
let-
so angry.
Yeah, say let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Davey for a minute, because he loves the IRS. We love them here. Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to get shut down. So if everybody sees my feed just cut out, it's because I'm talking about the fucking IRS and their shit.
Dave's
And
like,
they're
fuck
fucking.
the IRS.
I thought I was going for real. Let me tell you. Let me fucking tell
You've
you.
been
I
battling
know
with this for a bit.
there's been a lot of. There's a lot of people. See, it's going in and out.
Mhm. Get it
I've
out now.
been dealing with this. I've been dealing with this shit for 2 years. 2 fucking years. I've been trying to get my 2021 taxes back. Okay? 2021 taxes back. Been dealing with 2 years. So I finally get on the phone with them last month. And I talked to them and they said they're gonna cut your check will be cut. You're actually owed more than we thought you were. So your check will be cut around October 4th. And I go, cool. Wait a couple days. Yesterday I call. And you know, because you can't get nobody on, because every time you call the 1-800 number or whatever they give you, or go on the website, they go put your information in. They go, oh, we're still processing. Okay,
Right.
no problem. So I called to make an appointment, and I wait on hold for about half hour, because it tells you 15 minutes to a half hour. I wait 35 minutes. And finally, I get the lady on, and she goes, hi, do you like to make an appointment? I go, no, I want to know where my tax return is. She goes, oh, so you don't want to make an appointment? I go, no, I want to talk to somebody about my tax return. She goes, well, I can put you to somebody. I go, what's the phone number? She goes, well, I'll direct you to them. And I go, okay, but what's the phone number? She goes, well, the prompts are on if you call the 1-800 number. I go, no, it's not. She goes, well, I could just put you straight to them. I go, okay, put me straight to them. So tells me about 7 to 14 minutes. And guess how long I waited? Guess how long? Another 15
20.
fucking minutes. Another 15 minutes. So I go, okay. Finally, the lady comes on. And I talk to the lady. I go, okay, explain the situation. And she's like, okay, can you please hold? Let me check your information. I go, okay. So she starts checking, and she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to get a supervisor to ask her questions. And I go, okay. She's like, well, either that or somebody can call you back in 24 to 72 hours. And I go, no. I go, I will wait. So another half hour goes by. Nothing. Another half hour goes by.
2 hours of fucking waiting.
Yeah, I'm already 2 hours deep. Okay. And she goes, well, sir, if you'd like, just we can get your phone number. I go, no. She goes, or you can wait. I go, I'll wait. She goes, oh, actually, you know what? The supervisor is come. Give me, let me look through it with her. I go, okay. So looking. She goes, well, she comes back. She goes, well, it looks like it was a duplicate. And you recently, your ID me went through in August. And I go, no, my ID me went through on July 27th. She goes, oh, well, that's not what we have in our system. I go, I don't care what your system says. ID me says the 27th. She goes, well, and I said, I talked to the guy in August and he said October 6th. She goes, well, sir, actually, it's looking like with everything December 14th. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, yeah, with everything that's going on, it's December 14th. And I go,
what do you mean with everything
why?
That's going
why
on?
December?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with my information and with the 30, and then I got to wait another 30 days after that. I go, ma'am, it's been 2 fucking years. What do you mean I have to wait another 30 days for I don't understand this. Well, it's still processing. I don't understand how it's still processing. I was told October 6th. She's like, well, I don't know who told you that. So I'm like, you see that I called, right? Yeah. Who did I talk to? Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, it doesn't say.
Oh,
It doesn't say.
it's just convenient.
just
Yeah.
having-
Conveniently.
Yeah, I don't know. You talk to Bob Johnson, tax ID number 12473. What? Fuck you.
Mhm.
So I go, okay. I go, how can I get it faster? Oh, well, are you facing any hardships? Am I what? Yeah. None of my bills are getting paid because I haven't gotten any of this money back, which I was promised on October 6th. Well, what are you being foreclosed on, or do you have any other issues that are hard? Yes, I have a car that's going into repossession. Hold on, let me see if that'll help you out. I go, excuse me?
Help me out. What the
I go, help me out. What do you mean? I need a fucking disposition in order to get my own fucking money back? What is what? I go, so the government has no problem sending money to other countries, billions of dollars, but I need a reason to get my tax dollars that I paid you. I need a reason to get it back quicker?
Mhm.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
shows
that's kind of
shows how well that runs and where the priority is on our government.
It's mind-boggling to me that I need a reason to get my money back.
Oh yeah.
But they need no reason to spend any of the money for any other country or to do anything else that they want or to stay open. Fuck
Well,
them.
it's like
Close the government.
even
Close the
not a-
fucking government.
it's like not even
Fuck
that they
them
don't need
all.
a reason. They don't care about the reasons. Like they don't care about the fact that over 60% of the American population does not want money sent to Ukraine. Yet we still keep sending money there. Our government thinks they're rulers. They don't fucking think they work for us.
They were going to, that was the whole stipulation of the government shutdown, is that they wanted more money for Ukraine.
Mhm.
And they were going to close the government for that
And
money
here's-
and saying, well,
and here's one
Republicans want
thing
to close it down. No, they don't. They want to stop fucking sending money overseas where we need it ourselves.
Well, and speaking of a little bit of that, yeah, I'm aware everybody's happy that Matt Gaetz got McCarthy out, blah, 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 whatever else. But there was other things that were put forward that they kept blocking that were more conservative that were not sending money to Ukraine. So cool. I guess they got him out. Hopefully we get somebody better in. But Matt Gaetz didn't really do the best thing that he could have, no matter what anybody wants to think.
They don't. I mean, listen, Spike, for everything that Spike says, Spike is absolutely correct. They're all purple. None of them are fucking blue or red. They want you to be blue and red. They're all fucking purple. They
I
want
agree
you
with
to
him on
fight with
that.
each other. They want you to fight with each other about who's better, who's not better. Oh, who's doing this, who's doing that. No, all these fucking assholes that are were pro-Palestinian a couple months ago, all of a sudden now change their fucking tune, huh? Huh?
Well, it's
All of a sudden changed their tune. Some of them haven't. Some of them are still
quite a few
Israel.
haven't. And this like especially Rashid Tlaib, that fucking
Yeah,
douchebag
of course
from
not.
Colorado, that Tim Hernandez fucking dude or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, of course not. Of course, some of them, they won't answer your questions and they won't. Do you have that video actually up?
Which one?
The one where he won't answer the fucking question?
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
If he
It's on my
condemns them
profile.
or he
Yeah.
condemns that
Who
what's
is
going
it?
on?
Tim Hernandez, I think is his name, from Colorado. I reposted something from it, calling him a cunt, of course. Yeah, we'll pull up this video. Let me bring this up. This is a Colorado State Rep Tim Hernandez. Let's go ahead and bring this bad boy up.
What about it? And I think it's despicable what they're protesting for, and what you are protesting for, and the fact that you can't condemn women and children and elderly people being murdered in the streets.
What about it?
Look at that fucking.
Do you condemn it?
The look in his
I already
eyes.
said-
You can tell he's a fucking.
Why can't you say yes?
Crazy
I
ass.
already gave you my answer.
You didn't give an answer, and I think anybody who would watch this would understand what your
All
actual
3 people
position
that are
is
gonna
here.
watch your bullshit video wrestle.
And I think it's despicable.
Yeah, what's
And then
funny?
he went on to personally attack him.
Right, exactly. And what's funny is on this video, he wanted to talk shit about 6.4 million views there. Douchebag. Yeah, that's more than 3 people. Fuckface.
Who's the guy that it's from? Hold on.
I don't know who took the video, but this is the
It's-
douchebag.
It's on the bottom.
This
Well,
this
go back.
fuckface right here.
Argato.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
And on his, it has 312,000.
Right. Yeah, it was from sharing where it got because the person that
Mhm.
I shared it from is that Shia Rachel. She's the one who made Libs of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm
Who
And
they try
then
to
Andy
dox
No
because
shared it, and he's got like almost 1 million eyes on it.
And
well,
I heard
they
it.
try,
I heard this also on like Bongino, I think, Pat Gray Unleashed. A few people have played it just to show what kind of piece of shit that this guy is.
yeah, they want to get rid of Libs of TikTok because all she does is share videos of what people are actually saying about things, and she's the problem. She's the
Exactly.
problem, not the people
All
saying
right.
the shit. She's the fucking problem, and
All right, if we're
it's
gonna,
disgusting.
we need to get into it. Then, if we're gonna talk about the Israel Palestine stuff, we just got to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Then
We can start getting
let's get
into it.
it. Let's get into the
Yeah.
fucking $6 billion that they gave to Iran for Americans, to get Americans out, and that's all they can. Well, Americans are, you don't want to get Americans out. Is that not what you like? Fuck you.
Right.
Okay, that's not what it's about. It's not about that. All right, so
Well,
don't
here-
even give me that bullshit.
And here's one
They like
video.
to. I'm
Well,
sorry,
here's
I'm
one
on
vi-
one today.
No, I gotcha. Here's one video I want to play real quick of this fucking retard that acts like this has never happened.
I never really thought that I would see and have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children. I never thought I'd ever. Anyway,
Anyway.
But there are countries in the region that are trying to be of some help, including Arab nations that are trying to be of some help. So,
I can't even play the rest. This fucking idiot. This shit's been happening for years, fuckface. Like we've seen plenty of videos of beheadings and all that shit before. And you want to act like this is fucking new? And yet we're giving them still that $6 billion fucking dollars is going to, they won't freeze it. It's gonna reach Iran eventually.
well, I mean, at
Yeah,
this
but
point,
remember-
you've got to think like we're literally funding both sides.
Yes, exactly.
Because
we live
exactly what we're doing.
We contractually obligated, I think, to give $3 billion a year to Israel itself. Just here you go. Here's money.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird.
And
This whole
everybody-
thing is strange, okay?
Mhm.
Because weren't we just talking about Jewish space lasers like 2 weeks ago?
Right.
Like I had given
Gee,
you
just-
guys the article about how Israel is going to be the first country to have freaking laser beams for their part of
Their
their
defense
defense.
system. And yeah. Yep.
Yeah, their defense system.
Because it's part of like
How
the
fuck
Iron
did
Dome
this
shit.
happen?
It's funny how every time we talk about something, all of a sudden it happens. Funny how
Yeah.
that works.
Well,
Huh.
I mean, it's gonna piggyback off of some of that, but okay.
But listen,
we have Russia and Ukraine going at it. Now we have Israel and Palestine, which Palestine is not a fucking real place, so I don't care what anyone says with that. It's not. And then, when do you think China is gonna quit eyeballing Taiwan like it hasn't had sex in years? It's ready to fuck. So when do you think they're gonna go into there? I'm serious. China's ready to fuck. They're ready to get in that ass. So when do you think they're gonna go?
I
I'm
don't know,
saying-
man.
I don't. It's gonna be soon enough.
In the new year, in the beginning of the new year.
That's what I think.
But
somewhere around there.
Chinese New Year.
But Palestine and Israel have been going at it since 1947.
Mhm.
So you're telling me you've never seen any of this before? Like, come on.
Like for the main,
You've been in Congress
Dude,
how long?
This was just literally this was just happening like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I mean, I
We just didn't
remember
hear about
it
it
was
as
going
much.
well, I remember talking about it for weeks and
Okay.
weeks when I was working with Disclose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we kept talking about it. It goes back and forth and back and forth. And then you hear, that's when like people had like the Palestinian flag in their bio and other people had the Israeli flag in their bio. And I'm like, this is none of our, like, I honestly,
Not our
I have
fucking
no
problem.
skin in the game. I think it's horrible, but something doesn't smell right to me.
No,
No, I
it
mean, the way
doesn't.
they did it
It's
was
honestly-
smart, though.
It's giving me, I don't know, like Las Vegas vibes to me. I don't know why, but it is.
What
It's
up,
all,
Rich?
it's all,
But
all of it is awful. All of it is terrible. What happened
way
is
they did it-
terrible. things that are going on that's terrible. The way in which people are all of a sudden just being so vitriolic and disgusting towards each other, no matter if you're for Palestine, for Israel, whatever. They just
Mhm.
want everyone to just die, no matter what side they're on. It's
Right.
insane how insane and disgusting people have gotten about this whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember,
Did you see that
remember when I
BLM?
said
Go ahead, Dave.
remember when I said that we will never have a 9/12 again?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
We
probably
won't.
not going to
We
happen.
never will.
Did you see
We
that
will
shit
never
out
have a
of,
9/12 again.
Did you
Yeah,
see that?
BLM.
Yeah, that BLM Chicago fucking post where they had
Mhm.
dudes, yeah, that fucking glider coming down with the Palestinian flag, and they said that is it, that is all. They're a
Yeah.
terrorist organization. They're fucking really just showing their colors. I mean,
Well,
we
did you
already
see
Well,
knew
that
it
in
and
New
was
York? You had New York with Palestinians on one side and Israelis on the other side, screaming and yelling at each other, holding up Nazi flags and kissing each other and telling each other that good. Like, dude, what the fuck?
yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Like, it
I have
really, to be honest with you,
yeah.
like Mama J said, that's not our problem. And if we need to be the world police, fuck that. Pull everybody back here, and
Oh,
if we're not the world police,
I'm
then
with you. I kind of don't care about it so much, but the only reason why I, in a way, care about talking about it is just because it is happening, and
yeah.
we are going to be extremely naive to think that
Mhm.
something like that may not be happening here soon in major cities or something, with as many people as came in that are fighting male age, no women and children, and people want to make the point of, yes, I can hear that they're here to work and shit. Some are, but
Oh,
don't
and they're
get it fucking
boasting about
twist.
the 200
Yeah, do
the
not get it fucking
250 people that
twisted.
they caught.
Yeah,
Ooh, we caught 250 people that were on the terrorist watch list.
yeah.
How about the
How
rest
many
of them?
didn't you catch?
How many didn't you catch?
Yeah, how many Chinese nationals have came in? How many fucking straight up sleeper cells from that Hassan shit? And dude, something's gonna like that's
Yeah.
why everyone keeps saying stay out of major cities and whatever else. Then you got this fucking dickhead. Let me see. I think I just retweeted it. Yeah, you got this fucking dickhead. Let's show this. That's coming up this Friday. Yeah. Uh whatever the fuck his name is, the leader of the founder member of Hamas, that's it, Hamas, gave a
Mhm.
speech today asking Muslims all around the world to do the following to show anger, especially next Friday. So that's this Friday, the 13th.
Mhm.
This fuck face is calling for national fucking basically Muslim anger day.
Yeah,
So what is
worldwide. Not
yeah,
even like
not even
national, worldwide.
worldwide. So we're just gonna be like, nothing's gonna happen here. It may not happen that day, but you would be fucking ignorant to think if something's not gonna happen here.
Yeah. It's just it's giving me we're gonna get pushed into something in a physical war somewhere over there.
Yeah.
It's happening. They're sending ships over to the Mediterranean right now. Like how much? It's like we're getting bled dry on resources and money. Like how much
Oh,
more?
absolutely. And that somebody made a good point about why Iran is involved in all this as well, why they still will be and always will be, because they are number 3 and 2 on like natural resources, natural
Mhm.
supplies, all that shit. They have like the second leading fucking oil reserve in the fucking world, or the number 3, I think. So like no matter
Yeah.
what, they're always going to be involved in shit. And that's another reason why it seems like our country is constantly supporting both fucking sides.
Yeah. Well, it's just the thing is like I can't understand why it would be controversial for someone to say what happened was horrible and bad and they shouldn't have done it. But also Israel's done bad things too. Like they've both been very shitty towards each other.
Right.
And I don't have skin in this game. Like I don't know. Like I'm with Rich. Like
Yeah.
it's
If you want, bring
it's
him in
like
because he said
I
in the
don't
comments, yeah, bring him on in.
yeah, because like
All right,
honest to God, like I
I'll send it to him
I
on
don't
Discord
know.
right
I
now.
don't know And it's like the thing is, it's like I don't know enough about their history to be one of those
Yeah.
people on Twitter that's going to be like, I'm for this person or I'm for this side.
The only
Like,
the only thing, the only like I'm with you on that. The only history that I
Sandridge.
know is that when it came to about 47, 48, the only reason why Palestine even exists is because basically Israel gave them land to think that that was going to help fucking solve some things. Obviously, it fucking didn't. So it's like,
yeah. I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Drunken Senpai.
yo.
hey, bro.
Yo, I don't know about legend, but yeah.
Legend of
I mean,
getting
your
banned along
background
with
is
all
I
of
Am
us.
Legend, so why not?
Hey, look, my what is it? My fourth Twitter account is now doing okay. I've learned somewhat of a lesson, even
Yeah,
though
dude, I
people
notice
keep
every
trying
time
to.
every time you go the fuck off on a on a social media account, it's like he gone.
Oh no! They've been trying to mass report me, and I'll just set up like everything that they do. Like that. There was a Juniper account, a trans
Oh, okay.
influencer dude. Yeah,
Mhm.
I helped to get him off because there's a big backstory behind that. I don't want to give any of that away, other than the fact that they do have discords that are, this goes with TikTok too, but they do have discords where they all get together and
Mhm.
somebody, even everything's organized through.
Oh, I've seen the conservative ones where they go after liberals too and shit.
Right.
It's fucking it's pretty weak minded, to be honest. Whenever you
that's
want
where
to do shit like that.
that's where it came from.
Yeah.
I was part of actually one that started that up. I'm not gonna lie, but they started that up is people started getting into their discords to see that kind
Yeah.
of situation. But yeah, we still have some people on the inside of these discords, and we found TikTok employees that were involved in them, and they've been fired. A lot of shit. But anyway, yeah, that was a big situation behind that.
Just got here.
You're gonna have
start
to
over.
catch up.
Oh.
We're talking about Israel and Palestine. You just started. It just started. So,
Yeah.
We talked
But
about
yeah,
the IRS
I mean-
for a little bit.
it's just. But here's the thing: like you see videos and you don't know what's true and what's not. Like that
Yeah.
German girl,
Yeah.
they're
Mhm.
saying is still alive, even though you saw her being spit at and everything like that.
Right.
But some people are saying she's still alive and all this shit,
Well,
and
and
she's
then
not alive.
And then I've seen posted videos from 2015 saying it's just now of like people getting shot in rooms and shit. It's like the propaganda is so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, there's a whole video I saw the other day of a guy whose wife is an American citizen. Mind you, she has an accent. Okay, she has an Israeli accent, yet he's saying she's an American citizen, and she's trying to talk about all the things that she's seeing for the first time. And I'm just like, I don't.
I could see
I
maybe
don't
dual
know.
citizenship in some sort
Yeah,
of way, maybe, but
But she,
yeah.
but he said that she's an American
Kinda
citizen.
like
The
Ethan
first time
Klein?
she's Ethan Klein.
Yeah, the H3 dude.
Oh, that
yeah.
fucking douchebag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't-
he claims dual citizenship. There's a lot going on with him right now. Ben Shapiro's going to hell off.
Yeah, I don't want
You-
anyone to die on either side either, but I definitely don't want any terrorists to fucking win anything. And I'm
Yeah.
not
Don't
saying
give a
Palestinian,
fuck.
but when it comes to the Mossad or Hassad, whatever the fuck that fucking bullshit is, they can get
Mossad.
fucked.
They
Yeah.
don't like us. They don't
No.
like anything about us. I mean, Mia Khalifa
Yeah.
got fired from Playboy. Meanwhile, she did a fucking porno with a fucking hijab on, and
Well-
they're calling for her head, and she's like, "No, free Palestine." I'm like, "Do you
Yeah.
understand what would happen if you went
Dude,
over there?"
It's hilarious when you see the Queers for Palestine shit. It's
Oh
like,
my
dude, if you went
God.
over there and you said you're gay, they would put a bullet in your brain, homie. Like
They'd
you
take
do
you up
not
to the
even know.
they'd take you up to their equivalent of the Empire State Building and be like, "No, not high enough."
Yeah,
They'd be-
exactly.
Do you have any idea how badly they would throw you off a fucking roof? Like that girl that supposedly they were spitting on and everything like that. Like, come on. Like, I don't know what she was. She was just a woman walking around. And another thing is they're saying that, there's some videos that are of the children being beheaded that are not true, that it's just
Yeah.
a person said it. But you have the idiot in chief right now just admitting that there's videos of that going on. So what are you
Well,
supposed to believe?
But he could also we know he's a
He's
dumbass.
also the idiot in
Yeah.
chief. So.
I
Yeah,
understand
so-
that, but
He's a
But still,
propagandizer.
once again, he's the idiot in chief telling everybody that these videos exist, and then you have people saying that these videos don't exist. You know,
Well,
so
the
who are
He
you
also
whole
supposed
thing
told
to
is,
you that
I'm not
the
gonna.
vaccine was safe and effective too.
Yeah, I'm personally not gonna believe any of them until I see it for real. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it probably did happen. They're fucking
Yeah.
pieces of shit.
Honestly, all this, yeah, definitely could have. It's just, at this, like I was saying before, like I don't have like a place to stand on. It's kind of like what do we do?
Oh, what's
Like
this?
we
At
can't
some
really
point, you
do
should look into the
anything. It's
case
just
of
so
Dr. Deborah
bad.
Jensen. She's been medically kidnapping children under the guise of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, Lee, Pennsylvania. Most cases in that sounds pretty crazy.
Wait, what? Hold on, hon. So she's been. Oh, so like parents would put their kids into the hospital or something, and then
I
she would be like, "No, no, no, they have to stay."
quite possibly. I'm gonna look into that. Thank you, Amanda. That's a interesting topic.
Well,
I
I
would
wanna
not be
know if
surprised at
Look,
all.
Look, as far as the border and everything goes,
Yeah.
like we know the shit is incredibly porous, right?
Yeah.
All right, we
Porous?
know
Is
that
that really like that
it's-
motherfucker's
it's
wide open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wide open. We have had what 7, 8.
Porous?
Like every time I see something on this, it just gets worse because I hear talks about 7 million have crossed, 8 million have crossed, 9 million have crossed, and we get like 17,000 terrorists have been caught. What about the ones that get away? And the numbers
Yeah.
change all the time, and there's no real way we can come across this. But I'll admit it's mind-numbing, it's boring, but I've been getting into listening to like committee hearings, the judiciary committees, Senate
that's
hearings, things like
Jackie's
that.
area. Yeah, she's all about that.
Mama J. That's
Mhm.
Mama J.
I've been listening to them. I've been live streaming them on Rumble only because fuck YouTube.
Yeah. Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I
do you
came
work
across
anymore?
something.
Did you get
Do I work?
fired?
Yeah. No.
You're always on now. I just see all of a sudden my watch just goes brrr, and then Voice of the People's on, and I'm like, he's on again? Did he get fired?
No, I've been literally like I've taken like 2 days off because this is mind numbing everything that's come across. But like just listening to these people talk, the things that they say, especially with all right, I will say this: the IRS whistleblower hearing, that Crockett woman, Jasmine Crockett or whatever,
Oh, mhm.
who it floated around for a while with her sitting there screaming, in the Biden impeachment inquiry where she was just like, well, there's no evidence and he just loves his son and all that.
Oh yeah.
This bitch walked into the fucking IRS whistleblower hearing 5 minutes before her speech, screamed about racism, and then walked the fuck out again. She has never heard any bit of evidence nor seen any bit of evidence. And she just sits there and screams racism and Trump, and everybody fucking votes for her.
Oh, are you talking about Plaskett?
No, well, Plaskett's one of them too. I mean, everybody with a D beside their name. Like, if you go back and watch that IRS whistleblower hearing, everybody with a D beside their name, every single one screams Trump or racism and then leaves. The only 3 that are worth a damn in that whole damn thing was Raskin, Dan Goldman, and AOC. AOC actually she was the only one of them that asked questions about it. She was the only one that asked them questions, and then but Trump, like every time, and I'm starting to believe that these people don't pay attention.
They
No,
they don't.
no.
None of them do.
This is why I had to take a hiatus on watching these hearings because I started getting so pissed off because I was just like, they're trying to get their freaking 5-minute soundbite. That's all they're doing.
That's it.
Like people could have piggybacked on someone else's questioning to get answers, to really get answers, and they don't fucking do it. And it doesn't matter if there's a D or an R behind their name, none of them do it. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. And a lot of times, like I think there was one where like there was like MTG wasn't there for part of the questioning, and then she came in and she was like asking stuff that had nothing to do with it, like the questioning that other people had, and she could have like spent her time wisely, and all she did was fucking go off on just bullshit. And I was just like, come
About
on,
Hunter Biden
y'all.
is sneaking
Ugh.
ladies of the night across state lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies of the
and it's
night.
just like,
I'm trying to be
you're
fair for
wasting
YouTube.
your
All
own
right.
I know.
time.
I haven't been on YouTube in a while, but I know you guys are. I'm not trying to get you
What was
stressed.
it? Fucking guy. Oh man, what was it? Beer Fest. He's like slut for money, prostitute.
No, but the reason why
Damn.
I jumped in here and I wanted to bring this to your attention, and maybe Jackie has seen this, but they've been talking about how the border's so so secure, unsecure, and everything like that. I want y'all to listen to this real quick. I got like 2-3 clips here from this, but this is a very telling situation. Go ahead and bring it up real quick.
Oh, there you go.
I got it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, stop clicking.
Now,
Click.
this was from 3 weeks ago. Terrorist entry through the southwest border. Okay. Jerry Nadler, which is one of, I mean, the only way I can
Penguin?
describe this dude. No, well, you can call him the Penguin, but he reminds me more. You remember the bank troll in Harry Potter?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's who he looks like. That's who he sounds like. And I'm just like, dude, this is like, he's a troll from Harry Potter. That's all he is. But no, this dude had actually brought in a one of his only witness, the only other witness that was really on here speaking about how the border is secure, was an
Mhm.
economic expert.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But this shit is telling you, y'all need to listen to this. It's going to take a minute, but it's like an hour and 3 into this first one. But this is terrorist entry through the southwest border. This is incredibly telling.
He is incorrect in saying that this is destroying the city. He is trying to get federal aid because it's properly a federal, not a
Y'all
city
need me to
expense.
turn it up. Let me know.
The fact is, the $12 billion figure he mentions is over
Yeah,
4
turn it up a little.
years. $3 billion annual expense, which is 3% of the city's budget, which we can absorb with difficulty, although it's properly a federal responsibility.
Well, hold on. I'm not going to back it up any, but he was just talking about how, not Alvin Bragg, but Eric Adams was sitting here saying that, these migrants are coming into New York City. It's going to destroy the city and everything like that. They're projected to spend $12 billion over 4 fucking years, trying to get these people, trying to house them, give them everything they want. AOC comes in and says, we're going to give them federal funding. We're going to give them, jobs in New York City, and we're going to make them a protected class. And Nadler's like, oh, he's saying it's going to destroy the city, but that's completely wrong because they can handle that. But yeah, that roll off into that. But
Well, I mean-
which the mayor is pointing out.
They should be able to fucking handle it. They're a sanctuary city. Isn't that what we've been funding them for years for?
that's
Exactly.
what they
Isn't
were
that what-
saying.
Isn't that what we're giving them federal fucking funds for? For
These
how
pe-
long?
New York City is getting 10,000 migrants a month, and they're saying they're about to collapse. Texas is getting 10,000 migrants a day. How the hell
Yeah.
do you think they're feeling?
Right. And then
Right?
they're blaming Texas for sending people their way when Texas isn't a sanctuary state.
Right.
Yeah, and they're telling Texas, "Oh, just deal with it." No,
Yeah.
you fucking deal with it. You're the one who's been getting federal funding. But once again, it's the people with the D's in front of their names, dicks, that all of a sudden are just like, "Hey, oh no, we should get all this money, because of this and this." And as soon as you go, "Okay, now handle your shit," they go,
Yeah.
"How do you expect us to handle?" It's like a fucking insurance company that takes all your money and then all of a sudden just goes, "You get into a car accident. Well, no, sorry, you were doing 85. You're not covered." Like, well, fuck yourself. I paid how much money over the last couple of years, and one time I need you tell me to go fuck myself. That's exactly
Right.
what they're doing.
Yeah, well, it's like, and like all the people who have like these NGOs, wherever they're headquartered, are all over these like sanctuary states that are helping bring these people over.
Right. But yeah, I was streaming. I came across this one, like, I think it was last week. I was just listening to it, just going through it while I was playing a game, because the only way I can get through these things is actually playing a game in the background. That's
Oh,
the only
yeah.
thing, really. It's it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I was
I'm
listening
usually
to this
cooking.
one, and it had me so fucking furious at this point right here. Like Nadler, Chip Roy, and then Ross comes in, and it just blew my fucking mind how all of this happened. But this is the beginning of it right here. But let's continue a bit.
Ms. Narasta, I want to discuss some of the terms that are being thrown around by the witnesses and my colleagues. We've heard a lot about migrants who are encountered who are on the terrorist screening data set or the TSDS. Can you discuss this data set in more detail? Who's on this list? Does it only include known or suspected terrorists?
It does not only include known and suspected terrorists. There is a reasonable suspicion standard for being included in these, but there is an exception to this based on a rational inference, which as far as we can tell is just when somebody says they should be on there and they put them on there. You know this is true because 99% of people nominated to be on this list by other agencies, by other people in the government, are included on there. There is no rigorous test or screening to put people on this list.
In your testimony, you mentioned that
I'm sorry, but I don't trust anybody that I can see whites on both sides of their eyes.
Yeah.
Wait, but here's the thing. So, but they're saying that how do they get this list then? The person had to have had reasonable suspicion, right? They're not people from our country. It's not like just Joe Schmo came up and they're like, oh, he's got dirty shoes. Let's put him on the fucking list.
Right.
What they're saying here is, now, mind you, this is an economic migrant expert, right? Just how it affects them economically. Now, he's sitting here talking about how they're on a terrorist list, and he's literally saying that, well, they put everybody that walks across the border on a terrorist list, and that's just how it is. This is how they come across this, is everybody that comes across this is some kind of known terrorist. That's basically what he's saying at that point.
Well, then if that's the case, then they're doing a really shitty job checking up on people if they keep losing people every 5 seconds. And they're saying, hey, you have your sponsors, and sponsors won't even answer the fucking phone. Like, are you kidding? Like, come on.
I mean, that was brought up by Chip Roy too, but yeah, I mean, it was Savannah Hernandez like a year or two ago where she went down there and she was going over there. She's just like, you know, it's not just Mexicans coming across the border. It's Russian, it's Chinese, it's Venezuelans, it's all these other people. Most of them that have been coming across the border now has been found to be either BRICS Nation or the people that are aligning themselves with the BRICS Nation.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
But that's not even what alarms me. We're going to keep going with this. Check this out.
TSDS includes many false positives. Can you explain what a false positive is and why they appear in the TSDS database?
So it's basically an erroneous match, mistaken identity. To be in this list, you have to have one biographical piece of information, and that's it. So a lot of people get caught up in this list, false flagged because of that. We had a recent case of this with Ali Reza Hadari, an Iranian national arrested along the border. He was flagged as a watch list. There were a lot of scary news stories about this that came out very rapidly about this Iranian national who was on the terrorist watch list, and then whoops, it was the wrong guy.
An Iranian national was on the terrorist watch list. Oh, whoops, it's the wrong guy. Huh?
What did they say about biological what?
Biological what? Hold on, what?
If you go back like a minute, he said something about like them having some type of biological something to like find these people. All right, go ahead.
Explain what a false positive is and why they appear in the TSDS database.
So it's basically an erroneous match, mistaken identity. To be in this list, you have to have one biographical piece of information, and that's it. So a lot of people get caught up in this list, false flagged because of that. We had a recent case of this with Ali Reza.
Yeah, we'll go.
Talking about areas and got it.
Yeah.
During the Biden administration, we've seen an increase in the number of people on the TSDS database who have been apprehended along the southwest border. While this is still less than 1% of all apprehensions, can you discuss some of the potential reasons for this increase over the last couple of years? For example, do migration patterns in the hemisphere, including increased migration from Colombia,
are they fucking
have something
birds?
to do with this increase of migrants on the TSDS apprehended on the southwestern border?
Not only is it very small, it is minuscule, 0.0, hold on, let me count the zeros, 0.007% of people apprehended by Border Patrol in 2023 so far have been on this watch list. I think that you hit on it directly, sir. Colombians explain a lot of this. I ran a regression analysis this morning about the number of Colombians coming to the border, and it's the best predictor of the number of hits on this watch list. The CBP
see,
does not
my cocaine
release the
dealer is not good. See,
nationalities of people who are on
my cocaine
the
dealer's not
watch
on the
who come
list.
up as
See,
hits, but a great Washington Examiner piece that was leaked had some leaked data, so that 25 out of 27 of those folks in the first half of 2022 were from Colombia. And as I said in my written remarks, there's never been a terrorist attack by Colombia, and they don't target the U.S., but there's also a wrinkle in this data, which is when you take a look at Border Patrol apprehensions that lead to these hits and those through customs, the number has actually gone down. Has gone down since 2019.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
So
you know,
basically-
the people that come through legally, you know, come through the ports of entry, it's gone down. But people who are going through the fucking walls that are not there, we have no fucking idea.
This guy's voice makes me want to throw stuff. Like, Jesus,
I mean, yes.
sounds like a fucking robot. Like, God damn.
He sounds like a fucking old. Sounds like Muggsy Bogues,
He
the
does.
original one. Yeah, see, I had to sniff,
baby,
see,
see?
and you know the feds, the boys.
guy's
Shut
coming to the
the fuck.
Coming
Oh.
through the port of entry has gone down. See, Ah.
And he really thought he was going to get an applause with that. Have gone down, and he
Right.
stopped.
Well, see, I want to point out the fact that this dude is just like, okay, so all these people coming across the border, let's just be honest, 0.007% or 9 million motherfuckers have come across the border. Top number that I've heard of, 9 million motherfuckers have come across the border, and you're going to talk about 0.07%
right.
are terrorists? Are you, dude? That's still hundreds of motherfuckers. How many people did it take to take down 9/11?
Well,
Right.
see, that's the equation
I mean,
of
the American
way-
government.
Here's the
Well,
equation of the way that they look at. Here's the equation of the
supposedly.
way that they look at that shit. They try to always justify something in some sort of way because it's not that many. Whenever all the reports came out about the beheaded babies or whatever else, you would have people on the left be like, "Well, it wasn't 40. It was like, oh my
Right.
fucking god!"
Right?
It is constant justification of stupidity.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know, a white cop shoots one black person, and all of a sudden it happens nationwide. Nationwide, it happens all the
Yep.
time, every day. 365. Well, there was 14 last year. No, where'd you get that number from? The FBI crime statistics. No, it was more than that. No, it wasn't more than that. But you know,
Yeah.
0.777% of people. I
Oh,
don't give a fuck.
They won't believe those statistics, but then when we say the FBI is targeting people for political reasons, oh no, they're not. They're doing what they're fuck off. Like,
I mean, these motherfuckers. Look, the FBI has been going after what? Who was
Is
it
the
that
Tea
reported
Party?
that? Well, yeah. Who was I forget
That's the
who was
IRS.
reported that said that the FBI is actually targeting and tracking Trump supporters now.
Oh yeah,
they
I
admitted
definitely
that.
find that.
Yeah.
they're making a whole separate deal. So now
And it's
if
not
you,
just,
Yeah.
if you're a MAGA extremist,
but not
then
even
I'm
not
keeping
even
an eye
MAGA
on you.
extremists. If you support him in
Yeah.
any
Yep.
way possible, if you
Which-
say
which
that
I don't-
anything
which
good
I-
about him, they will
which
come
I
after you.
I kind
Which
of
explains
don't.
why it's
obviously, in
hard for me
some
to get on a
ways.
plane.
Well, yeah, well, I kind of don't in some ways, but I'm about to just go hardcore just so I can fucking piss people off. Like, I'm just gonna jump on that MAGA train.
It's
But,
it's
yeah.
stupid. It's so
It is. It's fucking dumb.
stupid. You talk about going after political opponents. What the fuck is he doing? He said to Ukraine, "Hey, why don't you look into Joe Biden?" And everybody lost their fucking mind. Now
Yep.
people are trying to put him in jail and not put him on the ballot, and they're going, "Well, that's what you should be." No, he's going after his political fucking opponent. Like I don't. People are
He
just
went
fucking
to
stupid.
he is facing jail time for what Biden did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's literally what that is.
But
Right.
but Rich, it's different because Joe Biden's so
Here,
nice, and
yeah.
Trump said grab them by the vagina. You know,
Yeah.
so he's bad. He's bad. He said grab him by the vagina.
I
you
know, which is
'cause-
funny. He says that, and then everyone's like, "He's not a real Christian." He said that. Do you know how many, dude? Man, if you study anything, Jesus sat with the sinners. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. People, that's the whole point of repent. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Jesus
Right.
had a hooker as a fucking. She's now a saint.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't she
She was-
washing
she
his
was-
feet?
She was doing. Yeah, she was used, and but now when they refer to her, like, she's a saint, but at that time she was known as a hooker, and
Yes.
he used her to do good things. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. You can be used to do good things. But it's just like, guys, just and what we were talking about last week, like that motherfucker flipped when we were talking to Adam, that motherfucker flipped tables. He didn't want to be idolized.
Right.
He didn't want you to
Right.
go to a church and fucking idolize him. He just wanted you to know he is God. Jesus was the son of God, which was God, and just that's the all being. And he didn't want you to go and all do all this shit. And so it's just like, do you know what it's like to be a true Christian? No. If you're gonna say to me, I have to go to church and give fucking $20 every week because of it,
you ain't real.
then you just become righteous gemstones. That's all it becomes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't lying.
I mean,
Well-
come-
This dude was setting up some shit. Go ahead and throw this back on the screen, please. This dude was setting up some shit right here. And this gets incredibly infuriating the more we go on. But listen to what this little fuck has to say for this shit.
by the way, I don't think we're on
Thank you. I have a
YouTube
number-
anymore because it's just went down to 0 from 3.
Oh, well, maybe not.
I'm still there.
Questions which I'd like to answer quickly because we only have a minute. We've also recently heard the term special interest aliens. Can you describe what a special interest alien is?
Yeah, DHS defines it as a
It just sounds
non-U.S.
funny.
person based on analysis of travel patterns. And, well, it's a long definition. A lot of other things are put on this list. A lot of words in practice. An SIA is just somebody from a country that could have a lot of terrorists in it. It's not a meaningful matter.
Special interest aliens.
Wait.
Hold on, wait. Yeah. You're just gonna gloss over that real quick. Just gonna throw in that little ditty
Yeah.
at the end. I mean, they could.
we're just gonna walk past that like you didn't fucking say. Like what?
A special interest alien is somebody that could have come from a country with a lot of terrorists in it. Wait, what? Huh?
What? Yeah, like, but
No. Fuck no. No,
Wow.
no, we're not playing this game. But he continues a little bit further. This is fucking great.
Terrorists? Are they even suspected of terrorism?
No, in fact,
Thank you.
as
According
DHS.
to one source,
Yeah.
Border Patrol agents encountered 25,000 special interest aliens in fiscal year 2022. That's a lot of people. Has an SIA apprehended by the Border Patrol ever committed an attack on U.S. soil?
No, and DHS explicitly says being an SIA does not mean that you're a terrorist.
Thank you. My last question is it possible that the number of SIAs have increased in recent years because the decimation of our legal immigration and refugee systems have led people around the world to believe that the only way to immigrate to the United States is via the southwest border?
Not
Who
only is it
gave them
possible,
that
I think it is
fucking
extremely
idea?
likely and the
Hold on.
best explanation for why there has been an increase in illegal immigration and border crossers from around the world and from Central and South America. The U.S. immigration system is extremely restrictive. It is very difficult to come here. The idea that we have an open border is ludicrous. It is totally contrary to all the facts and to what's happening. If we have an open
Oh, it gets
border,
better.
why are people paying $5,000 to $20,000 to be smuggled here? Virginia and Maryland have an open border. I don't have to pay $20,000 to go from my home in Virginia to Maryland.
You
Where is
fucking
this
moron.
open border that we keep hearing so much about?
Thank you very
So
The
because
one that
these
people
motherfuckers are
paying
paying,
to go overthrow.
these
Oh my
motherfuckers are
God.
paying human smugglers to bring them across the border. So therefore,
Show
the
this
border is
fucking-
closed.
Show this hard part hair cunt videos of fucking motherfuckers jumping over the goddamn wall and climbing through. Holy fucking shit! I want to
I
punch
just
him in the
wanted to say-
goddamn face. Wow.
It's like, dude,
Wow.
you're not making the point you think you're making.
no,
No.
not at all.
These motherfuckers they're paying money to be smuggled across the border. So therefore, it's not a open border, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? I hate this whole narrative and all this shit about people talking about how restrictive it is to like to immigrate legally here, like try to do that shit over in fucking like
No,
Sweden
actually,
or Norway or
to
whatever.
be honest,
Like try to do it in fucking Mexico.
oh yeah, it'll be more restrictive in ways there, but it's fairly restrictive here. But to be honest, it's not restrictive enough. And this fuckface thinks that it's that you don't even have to assimilate really to fucking come into this country. You barely have to answer half
No.
the questions. You could still be fucking speaking your language from your other country.
Right.
Which, okay, I guess in some ways cool, but no. That's the whole point of coming here legally. To fucking assimilate. And this fuckface wants to act like the border is closed. Oh my fucking God. We have had what, like 5 million or something since Biden took fucking office. Like,
I don't even know, dude, because every time I hear something, it's 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 9 million. I don't even know anymore.
the guesstimate overall is like 24 to 25 million illegals live here. That's the guesstimate.
Biden thanks immigrants for choosing us as he struggles with the surge
Oh
at the
my
border.
God.
You all have one thing
Oh
in
my
common,
God.
courage, Mr. Biden said. The courage it takes to sacrifice and make this journey. The courage to leave your homes, your lives, and your loved ones and come to a nation that is more than just a place, but rather an idea in which everyone is created equally and deserves to be treated equally. But he didn't tell people to come here.
No.
No, wasn't it this motherfucker that was literally during the debate and everything? He was just saying, rush the border because when I'm president, I'm going to make everybody a legal citizen.
Pretty much.
You have earned
come
a new
on.
title equal to that of an American president. The title I'm most proud of, citizen.
What the fuck? Hold on. Wait,
What
this read that again. Read that one more
I'm trying to.
time, please.
This was written April 5th, 2021. He said, "You have earned a new equal title to that of an American president. The title that I'm most proud of, citizen."
So every single one of us is a fucking president of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen.
We're
We
supposed to
technically
be.
are.
We're
We're
supposed
supposed
to
to fucking be.
Are we though?
No.
No,
That's
we're not.
weird.
Well, that was what. That was the point that I made earlier. Like I told them, obviously we all know that, but we all agree that they don't think that they work for us anymore. They think they fucking rule us.
Yeah.
That's like the whole point that's happening with sending money to Ukraine when over 60-something% of the fucking population says no, don't do that.
Yeah.
They do it anyways.
Well,
We
there's
don't want
another.
we don't want these IRS agents. Guess what? They still try to fucking bring them in. They don't think they work for us anymore. They think they fucking rule us.
Well, no,
There's
and
a-
you can
there
tell
was
that they're
a-
doing everything that they can to try and even control us even more and use it under
Mhm.
the guise of safety.
Yep. But there was
COVID
also
a
a
huge one.
YouGov a poll that came out. Newsmax was pushing it. Like they say, 49% of Americans want a news speaker that is loyal to Trump. And I looked at it, and literally the reason why they're pulling that 49%, literally, it says, and I can bring it up for you, but it says that the poll is 49% of people say, should we stand up to the MAGA movement? And 49% says no. And that's where they're like, oh, 49% of Americans want to follow Trump, loyal to Trump. Let me see if I can find that real quick.
Yeah, well, as soon as I started hearing MTG and whatever saying Trump for Speaker of the House, it would have been cool if that would have been his first plan. But get off that. Just let him fucking run for president. It's not going to happen for him, Speaker. The person that's probably going to be in there is Scalise. And the reason why Scalise probably will be is because he voted to send money to Ukraine.
Oh yeah, hon, I got
Remember
one
this?
on there.
How Biden
How
is
Biden-
pushing immigrants to jump the border.
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
Mm.
This is in Tijuana. They're in the article. It says, to be fair, in the article it says that they want them to come here the legal way, but how? They left the fucking border
Because
wide
they
open.
want to come over as asylees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When they come
weeks
as
after-
asylees.
No human is illegal.
In weeks after Joe Biden's inauguration, migrants across the city of Tijuana began to leave various shelters and apartments where they'd been living in favor of an open air encampment just north of the city's center. It is not a cheerful place. People have little to eat and there's no running water. Yeah. But this is what was happening in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We'll bring this up real quick. This
Give
is
me your-
this is fucking stupid. All right. CBS News poll from October 4th to October 6th, 2023. As you may know, the Republican Party has majority control of the House of Representatives, and the Speaker of the House typically comes from the majority party. As Republicans in the House consider their new Speaker, would you prefer that the new Republican Speaker be someone who will, now the 49% that they claim, stand up to the MAGA movement? 51% says yes, 49% says no. So 49% of so-called Republicans in the CBS poll says don't stand up to the MAGA movement, so therefore loyal to Trump.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
figure that shit.
Yeah, that's dumb. Like, and they
Newsmax
like
has gone the way of everybody else. They're the mainstream media bullshit. They just want that whole
well,
orange man bad thing.
what's
They
with
want
this
the-
fucking
'cause they
high
want the
school?
money.
What's with this high school test of a fucking score poll though? Like, what the fuck is this? They give you all these stupid ass choices. Like, that's just dumb the way that they're wording it too. Like, they're
the
basically
point.
pulling. Yeah, they're basically pulling people in for stupidity.
Yeah,
Look,
this is the way.
see,
This
here's
is the way
the thing,
they do
though.
trials now. This is the way they do trials. They go, "Do you think he should be not tried for murder?" And you go,
Yeah.
"Yes." What? Wait a minute. Hold on. And they go, "See, he was
Oh, dude.
not guilty. He was not guilty of the murder." And they're like,
I-
"Wait a minute, but I don't know what the fuck I just voted for. What happened?"
I had to break the monotony of all the fucking the Palestine stuff, whatever else. I was like, breaking news: Donald Trump is indicted for the Israel attack.
Well, see, here's what it really gets me though is Newsmax was pushing that is 49% want them to be loyal to Trump because of the
Yeah.
stand up to MAGA movement. If you look at the first choice, it says be loyal to Donald Trump.
And
31% say yes, 69% say no.
See, that's the statistic you should be going off of, not the
Mhm.
fucking stand up to the MAGA movement. That's
Right.
Well, and also, you need to know who are they polling? Is this
right.
like
How many
Republicans,
also?
conservatives, and how
This
many?
was
Yeah.
this was like
And in
a
what
thousand,
Yeah,
a little over
exactly.
1,000 people. It doesn't say the region, I believe, in this, but I was looking at that and was like, there's no fucking way. Newsmax just went the same damn way as everybody else.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They want that money.
Dude,
They want
I
that
can't
money.
watch
That's why.
anybody anymore. I can't
Nope.
watch anything.
I don't watch OAN. I don't watch any of that shit anymore. None of them.
No.
Listen,
Ugh.
it's
Like, if I
sucks when I
like-
get my news from Twitter,
Right?
Twitter
Oh,
and
I do.
TikTok
Yeah.
because I could watch videos and
Yeah,
I
I
can
do.
actually see these
Well-
fucking idiots say these things.
Well, hold on. I do too. But
And
the
Dave
reason why
Bondi.
the
I
reason
watch
why
Dave
it's kind of
Bondi.
better to do, yeah, and Dave Bonnie's actually really good because he's very centered. Doesn't give a shit about a
Oh,
side.
yeah.
He will just report. Now, the good thing about doing some of that though is because whenever it comes to you seeing videos or any sort of news or whatever else on Twitter has been really good with community notes that are like, no, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
fucking stupid, blah. So I've been liking that quite a bit. That's an actual fact check. That's not those fuck faces on Facebook trying to fact check shit.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But I will say though, with the Twitter sphere though, especially when it comes to this like Palestine Israel thing, the
Mhm.
dichotomy of the people's feelings is like extreme.
It is, yeah.
And you hardly see anybody be like, this is all fucked, no matter what side you're on. This
Yeah.
is all fucked.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
And
once
it's
again,
Because
terrible.
everybody wants to choose sides and fight. That's all that
And
is.
it's just
Like,
like,
it,
you would just be like, this is horrible. I can't believe this is happening, but
they,
I don't have any,
Right.
money in this
It was-
game. Like,
Well, and
Well, actually, we do. but
like
it-
Mad
it-
Villain
well, I mean,
said earlier.
I didn't know
just,
what the word was. It's meat, though. I
Right.
was like,
Yeah.
meat in
But
this game. That's
it-
what it is.
skin, no skin in the game.
Skin, skin.
I'll put my meat in the game.
Trump, I'll put my meat in it too. It won't be a lot, but I'll put it in there. But Trump said it the fucking best. Trump said it the best, and they fucking mocked him for it. He said, "I do not want anybody to die."
Exactly.
Is what
yeah.
he
Yes.
said. And they mercilessly, he's not taking a side. He just wants people. Yes, that's the way it should fucking be. You should not take a
Yeah.
side. You shouldn't say I want this person or that person. How about no dead bodies? How about no fucking dead
Look,
babies?
the
How about
only-
no dead parents? How
The
about
only
nobody
dead bodies, the only dead bodies that I want to see in group that should be terrorized on a daily basis are rapists and pedophiles. Beyond that,
Yep.
none of that shit should
Yeah.
be happening.
Do you see that Florida passed a law now that that people who rape kids who are 12 and under get the death penalty?
Good.
Because that's how it should be. You want to know why? You want to know why this shit is so rampant and like why it's fucking getting accepted and all that? Because we aren't killing the motherfuckers anymore. There's no accountability.
Nobody's.
Well, I mean, you got
penalty.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, who was on the, when she was being confirmed for the Supreme Court, like 80% of her fucking cases for child pedophilia or anything like that, like she went light on them. One dude got
Absolutely.
15 months and then got out and within a week crossed borders to have sex with the 13-year-old child.
Yep.
Within a week of being released. It does nothing when you go light on these people.
Exactly. We've been conditioned to be decisive. They've been creating sides on everything to keep us divided. I 100% agree, Stacey.
Hey, it's Stacy, man.
Mhm.
It's the
Yeah.
vampire lady. Where you been? Where you been, Stacy? We missed you.
But I do think it was Chip Roy in the next one that this dude, like, I don't care
I
how
love
you
Chip
feel
Roy.
about him.
I love Chip Roy.
I do to an extent.
I really don't. This dude just knocks it out the fucking park. And I think he's the next one. Hold on.
Very much.
Yeah.
My time has expired. I yield back.
I like Chip Roy to an extent. It's the main people that I like in our government
Sure.
at all. Thomas Massey, Chip Roy. That's about it.
Mhm.
Because they're the ones who really do fight for limited government. They really do try to do that, especially Thomas Massey. He's probably the best guy in the government. I can definitely say that what he tries to do, he's actually, to be honest, he's one of the main reasons why we have constitutional carry in Indiana now, which is awesome
Right.
because he
Mhm.
fought for that.
Well, as far as the whole MAGA people within government, you can say there are good and bad to every single one of them. Like
but
I
he's
do,
not right.
I do
Like,
love the way
they're
Matt
both not-
Gaetz is just like standing the fuck up and just being like, "This is not it. This is not what we're
Which-
doing. Get
which-
the fuck out."
Which I agree with to an extent, but that's like I was saying to them earlier. There were other plans that were put forward before this last one, before they put McCarthy out. They were more conservative without the Ukraine. It's okay, so I can understand maybe some other people weren't going to go with it, but Matt Gaetz also blocked some of those.
Yeah.
So maybe he did get
Yeah.
something good, possibly, but he also fucked up. So we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes with who gets in.
That's why it's just like I can never.
who
I
gets
don't want
in?
to champion anybody. I
Steve
mean, Matt
Scalise
Gaetz
is now the
will
new
keep-
speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, well, with Matt Gaetz and stuff, like, all right, I will praise you if you do something good, but he looks like an used car salesman with
Yeah,
his
he
little
does.
hair and shit. He really
Yep.
does.
He does.
All right. Well,
It's funny. I laugh
gonna
every
let
time
this
I see
be a
him.
little bit,
I
'cause,
can't help it.
uh,
All right, go ahead.
number one, I gotta pee. Number two, I'm gonna go the fuck off. If I sit here with this, give me a sec.
Right on.
All right.
Narasta, prior to September 11th, 2001, how many individuals had flown airplanes into the World Trade Center and killed 3,000 people?
Zero.
Thank you. Mr. Scott, how many gotaways have there been?
1.7 million known. That means there's evidence, video, whatever, but I can't give you an estimate on how many we don't know in the hundreds of miles of border that are not being patrolled.
Mr. Narasta, where are those 1.6 million gotaways?
They are most likely at different places in the United States.
Who are they?
Working and living.
Who are they?
Well, they're probably people from different countries around the world,
Probably,
sir.
probably people from all
Well,
around
they
the
are
world.
from different countries
Right.
around the world, yes, sir.
Yeah. How many different countries?
Well, if the data that we have about those who are apprehended is any indication, a large number of countries, probably about
162 of them from all over the world?
Probably, yes, sir.
Right. You willing to bet your family's life, my family's life on the safety of in our country, irrespective of who these individuals are when you don't even know who they are?
Yes, sir. The chance of dying from a foreign-born terrorist attack since 1975
I'm
is
sure
1 in
that's, I'm sure, Mr.
4.4 million
Narasta,
per
Mr.
year.
Narasta, I'm sure that is great comfort to the families of the people from 9/11. Because when you sit here and testify that 0 people have committed a terrorist attack from crossing our border, I'm sure that is comfort to the people who had terrorist attacks committed by people who came here and overstayed their visas.
It is
The fact
no
of the matter
comfort
is, the fact
to
of the
the
matter
victim.
is, when you talk about having an open border and you minimize the open border by saying that people have to pay $5,000 to come here in that open border.
Right.
You're ignoring the fact of what that does to human beings.
Yes.
When it is in fact so open that that's exactly what's happening. I'm sure that your position is great comfort to the man in Baltimore who was being held up for ransom for $23,000 so that his little girl wouldn't get raped in a stash house in Fort Worth. Have you talked to that little girl or to that father?
Was he a terrorism suspect?
Have you talked to that father, Mr. Narasta?
No, I'm not aware of that terrorism case. What was his name?
Have you talked to that father whose little girl was being raped in a stash house?
No, I haven't. Is this a terrorism-related issue?
I'm answering the questions, and this is the subject matter I want to talk about in this hearing, Mr. Narasta, because
What a
you're the one
piece
sitting
of
here trying to
shit.
tell the American
Right.
people that our border is perfectly fine, that it is perfectly okay, that it is, not open because people are paying $5,000 or $10,000 to get here. So it is very much relevant.
I want to know
that
what
a little
neighborhood he
gir's
lives
getting
in.
raped in a stash
Let's send
house
immigrants to
because
his
of the
house, his
policies of
neighborhood,
you
see how he
and
feels.
radical leftists who don't give a damn about it, because it is more politically expedient for you to saddle up to the Libertarian Cato Institute or a bunch of radical leftists and talk about, how important it is for people to free flow across borders.
I have talked about the chaos
That's the truth.
repeatedly, sir. The
No, you
way to
haven't.
reduce the chaos is through legalization and liberalization,
right?
Not cracking down.
Liberalization.
more. If you cared about the
Which will
border chaos,
perpetuate-
that is
which
the
will
way to do it.
perpetuate the lawlessness, and
fuck
you know
outta
it,
here.
Mr. Benjamin.
Exact
Can you
opposite.
please, Mr. Benjamin,
Oh.
can you please expand on your testimony
That was a bitch
about
move to
dozens
come
of
back like that.
Yeah. Look, all right. So Chip Roy goes into, hey, that dude whose child was kidnapped and extorted for $25,000, they're gonna rape and kill the guy's daughter.
Was
I'm
he a terrorist
sorry.
though?
Was
Man,
he a
was he a
terrorist?
terrorist?
Yes, he the
Yeah,
fuck
as
is.
a matter of doing that, as a matter of fact, fuck yeah. Like, goddamn, dude. And who cares? Like, we're
But
asking.
he wasn't on the list, though,
But
Scott.
he didn't blow up a building. He didn't fly a plane into a building. He didn't do
this is
any of
what I'm
that. He
talking
just
about.
wanted to rape a little girl.
This is what I'm talking about with the
Was against
liberal
the law,
fucking
though.
cities. This is what they do. They take the major crime and reduce it to, well, he's not a terrorist. Who gives a fuck? He's still extorting somebody for money. I don't give a fuck what if he's on a terrorist watch list or not. But this is what what, and then they go, well, he wasn't a terrorist, so it doesn't count as terrorism. So it goes lower on the rung.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
Fuck you. Okay, like I said, what town does he live in? Let's send immigrants to his town and watch him fucking change his fucking attitude the same way they did in the Hamptons, the same way they did out there in New York City.
Right.
But was he on the list, though?
I'm gonna put him on another list.
Right.
All right, we got one more little segment here. You guys, oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous.
This is why I fucking hate that mindset. I fucking can't stand it. I can't fucking stand that mindset because it's
Right,
like, well, he
bro.
wasn't on he wasn't on the list. Who
Right.
gives a fuck? He's still you
And
know,
I'm actually,
how many Americans will do the same thing? Who gives a fuck? Give them the same fate.
And I'm
Put
actually
them all
kind
in
of.
a fucking wood chipper. I
I'm
don't
pretty,
care if American or non-American.
I'm pretty glad that he also, Chip Roy, in that rant mentioned the Cato Institute of the Libertarian. That's the big L libertarian that can suck a dick. Those
Right.
motherfuckers don't understand what it takes to run a country.
Go ahead and bring this up real quick.
Yeah.
This is the most infuriating part.
It's 3 days after the anniversary of the worst terrorist attack the United States has ever seen. And this week should be a time for all of us in Congress to reflect on the impact of terrorism and what
What
we can
20-year-old
do
wrote this
to
shit
make our
for-
country safer.
Hold on, pause it. Pause it real
One
quick
that
right
we
now.
saw.
How close are those fucking eyes?
Dude.
She doesn't have the top of a nose. That's how close they are.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even pay attention to what she was saying. I saw those eyes and it was like, "Ew." They're like so close. Like you are mutated.
She has
All right,
two
go
sets of eyes. Look at the ones under her eyes. She looks like one of the fucking Men in Black aliens. Holy shit.
That's
Uh,
so mean.
double
I know.
eyelids and shit.
Look, it may be mean, but we've been on my Rumble channel while I've been going through this. We've been literally coming up with names that we can call these people. Like, just instead of like Miss Ross, it'd be like cunt hair
eyes,
nose,
apparently.
you know,
Yeah,
something like that.
She's fucking Miss Ross too close eyes.
Bubble
Fucking-
eyes.
Yeah. I don't
Like-
trust anybody with eyes that close.
Like, if you actually look, Matt Gates, like we
He looks like
noticed this.
Beavis.
No, Matt Gates looks like a young Jack Nicholson during
Kind of.
the
Yes.
Joker days.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
It-
He's got that Cro-Magnon eyebrow kind of thing going too.
Yeah, but we were just
He's just got a big head. He's
Yeah,
got
he
a
does.
huge giant head.
we were sitting there listening to him rant about something. I maybe it was during the yeah, it was during the committee hearing to out Kevin McCarthy.
Okay.
And I'm just sitting there looking at him. I'm just like, wait a minute. I paused it. I'm like, this dude reminds me of somebody. Who the hell is it? And I start thinking as I'm playing it back, and I paused it just in the middle of his speech. It's like, that's fucking Jack Nicholson, motherfucker. And I brought
No,
it
you
up.
know who he is?
Spitting fucking image.
You know who he is? Has anybody watched the Righteous Gemstones?
No. The movie,
Adam
not the show.
Devine.
No, Baby Billy. Baby Billy. What you would call it? Oh, fuck. This is what Matt Gates is gonna look like when he gets older. Holy shit. Hold on. Baby Billy.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh my god, please, please. Come on. A little faster. A little faster. Images.
Well, you shouldn't have been talking shit about the IRS earlier.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. That's what Matt Gates is gonna look like in a couple years.
All right.
Yes.
I can see it. I can see it.
That is Baby Billy from Righteous Gemstones. That's the older brother who lives, I think he was living in a trailer, and he's trying to take the money from them. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah. That's who Matt Gates looks like. That's who he's going to turn into.
Bring mine back up real quick.
Holy shit.
Yes. Well, go back. Hold on. I need to see the no. Go back. Like
Side to side?
yes. Yes.
That's what I put. What is this? Is Matt Gates the illegitimate son of Jack Nicholson?
Wendy, when do you think it was a good time to tell me that we weren't going to get the Florida oranges, huh? Huh, Wendy? When do you think, Wendy, it was not a good time to tell me that we weren't going to have gators in the backyard, huh?
Oh, hold on. We gotta listen to this. This
What?
lady.
Oh, this
Bubble
one?
eyes?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, I'm back for Close Eye Lady.
But this hearing is not really.
Oh, well, hold on here. Hold on.
Fuck,
He missed it. He
Why you
missed
do
it.
Why you do it, baby Billy? Because dude, I think that is very fucking close. But I also agree with Davey. He will look like that baby Billy guy probably when he's older. Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, that's what he's we
That's what
pointed.
we're here for, Amanda. We want to make people snort and fart on themselves and making them laugh and everything else.
Let's go.
I'm gonna put that up on my Twitter.
The legacy of 9/11. Rather, scheduling this hearing for this week, the majority is using the tragedy of September 11th to justify their immigration agenda that does not solve all of the immigration issues that are before us, as my colleague, Congresswoman
Oh, but it'll
Escobar
solve more than you
laid
want to
out.
fucking do, lady.
And it's painful
sorry,
to
suck
see
what?
the legacy of 9/11 twisted in this political manner.
You ever suck two buildings at once? No.
Yeah, that pisses me off quite a bit too. To be honest, every time something starts happening, all these fuck faces start
Equivalating.
equating,
Equating.
Yeah, that's it.
equating, I guess I will say, to 9/11 or other like fucking Pearl Harbor and other shit. It's like, get fucked, man. Quit trying to equate things to stuff like that. I can't say the other word. I'm pulling a Ross Patterson right now. I can't fucking talk.
Equivocate.
Equivocate.
I think it's the equivalent.
Equivalent.
Equivalency.
We're all
Equivalent.
doing it today. Look,
Yeah.
you started that shit. But yeah, it is ridiculous. It's like, okay, so this remember 9/11? Y'all are trying to make it out to be 9/11 here, and we're just gonna shoot that down. But
Hold on.
you remember
many
J6? That was worse
Yeah.
than 9/11. What the fuck? I just snorted so loud. All right. But yeah, let's continue a little bit here.
Yeah,
'Cause
let's see.
this continues to get worse.
As we've heard from Mr. Narasta,
Do it.
there have been no murders or injuries committed by terrorists who have illegally entered the United States through the US-Mexico border in the past 48 years. This
Excuse me?
hearing doesn't reflect that reality, nor does it provide a forum
Wait,
for a
whoa,
genuine discussion
whoa.
about
So then who did so hold on. So then the 9/11 terrorists, didn't they come here? Did they come here illegally?
Hold on.
Is that what she's saying?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
A little bit here.
Okay.
Hold on.
about how
Okay.
to make our country safer from the terrorists who are most likely to come here. On the other, if the other side wanted to do that, they'd work with us to address homegrown terrorists who have committed many of the more violent attacks in the United States, particularly recently. And if they wanted to make our country
I'm sorry. You talking about
Like-
the man who stood up for his daughter at a parent teacher conference and got arrested and stuck in
Oh.
the terrorist watch list because his
Oh,
daughter
that's-
was anally raped?
Right. Oh, that's what that bitch is
Yeah.
definitely talking about. But you know what she should be talking about? Susan Rosenberg, who fucking bombed the goddamn Capitol building and was pardoned by fucking Bill Clinton. That's the fucking real terrorist bullshit that they don't want to fucking talk about. They want to talk about
Yeah.
people trying to stand up for their fucking rights.
Or May 29th, 2020, where they tried to burn down the White House in an attempt to kill a sitting president because they were told he was racist.
Right.
And then they were,
And then
and then,
to- and
the
then-
president was mocked for holding a Bible upside down and being told to go into the bunker.
Mhm.
Right.
And he was called a pussy for going down into the bunker.
Right.
Mhm.
But
What,
yeah,
you're afraid of your people? No,
Yeah,
but honestly, for the party who uses safety as a guise to get garner control over
Exactly.
its people.
Boston Marathon, don't talk about that, but they talk about us, the extremists.
oh,
Yeah.
What were you saying, Mama J?
No, but for the Democrat Party, who's always saying that there's always a boogeyman out there and they need to save us from the boogeyman, they're
Yeah.
like, but let all these other people in. It doesn't, but none of them were terrorists at then.
Right. Yeah.
And they're always making policies and doing things for the what ifs for us in here. But what if those people who are coming from somewhere else then? It makes no fucking sense.
But they're not in their
No.
neighborhood, so they don't care.
I'm done.
oh, this gets even worse. Hold on.
Oh.
safer, they'd work with us to provide security to schools, churches, movie theaters, and keep the guns out of the hands of violent individuals with extremist belief. Mr. Narasta,
What
could
do you consider an
remind the
extremist
subcommittee-
belief?
Right. Do you
You
consider
going against the
Because
government?
being a Catholic
Mhm.
apparently is an extremist belief
Oh yeah, yeah.
in this
Exactly.
administration.
Actually believing in the Constitution, the First and the Second Amendment, and the Fourth, you're an extremist, I guess. Apparently,
Voicing
too.
your
Not the
grievances, like it
A
says
redress of grievances. Yes, I was
Yeah.
going to say
Yeah.
that.
Voicing
That
your
is an
grievances
extremist belief.
in the and where it states it in the Constitution. The
Wearing
Constitution.
a Gadsden flag on your backpack as a 12-year-old
Yeah.
is egregious.
The Boston Marathon. Oh yeah, there is some things missing here. Okay, there it is.
Yes. I am my own security. When
Uh-huh.
she's saying that, just like, it's called constitutional carry.
But
And
yeah.
you know why? Once again, do you know why there's more quote unquote gun crime or more people
Right.
Who are convicted of gun crimes in constitutional carry states? That's because they actually hold those people accountable for what they do. They don't go to
Mhm.
New York. It's not New York where you're held on a gun charge and then they pleaded down to fucking a seatbelt ticket.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because
Yeah, and-
this
and, like-
person had a bad upbringing, and maybe they were, since they were out selling drugs, they didn't have money to buy groceries. So,
Yeah, like
we
that-
can't
like that-
really throw the book at them.
Like that guy who tried to talk down the guy before he got stabbed to death in the fucking street because he was a leftist. Like, get the fuck. Like, are you fucking
No,
serious?
no.
How about
Hold
the-
up,
hold
hold
on,
up.
hold
There's
on,
some
hold
more
on.
information
How about
about that.
How about the grocery store guy that the guy was holding him up at gunpoint and he tried to shoot him? The guy wrestled the gun away from him and shot the guy, and the guy went to jail
Mhm.
because he had an illegal gun.
Defended himself.
Yeah,
Guess-
because
guess
it was
what
an
I-
illegal gun.
Guess what I like about Indiana? We had one guy that started shooting in a mall. Some guy took him out. How much are you hearing about shit in Indiana?
No, nothing.
Not very often.
The journalist that was stabbed to death
Yeah.
was a pedophile knowingly giving HIV to underage boys.
No. Is that true?
Apparently the dude that fucking stabbed him, he was fucking that kid since he was 15.
No way.
No.
Let's see. Where is that one? Josh Kruger, the left-wing Philly journalist who was murdered in his home last week by 19-year-old Robert Davis, had been in a sexual relationship with him since Davis was 15 and had threatened to post sexually explicit photos on him online per the family.
Get that dude
That
out
dude-
of jail.
He was
Get that
fucking
dude out of
that
jail.
kid. Yes. He was
Get that
fucking
dude out
that
of jail.
kid since he was 15 years old, gave him HIV, and the motherfucker stabbed him. Yes.
Get that dude out of
Free
jail.
that motherfucker.
Holy shit. That is a revelation.
Wow.
Free Robert Davis. Fuck
Dude,
that.
set-
Free Robert Davis.
Send that to me in Discord or put it in the Discord or something because I need to wow. I need to look into that.
Free
That is
fucking
wow.
Robert Davis now. Fuck that
I
shit.
agree
If that
with
shit
that.
is fucking true. Free Robert Davis. Because that
In
is
the party
that,
text.
that dude's a
All right,
fucking
right on.
savior right there. That dude
Holy
is saving fucking lives. He saved a bunch of lives.
Wait, hold on. And did you see how what the narrative was on that whole thing too?
Yeah, it was just like the only narrative that I heard was kind of what I was making fun of is that he just tried to talk to him. Like the dude walked past him, they got up and they like went that way. Then he started coming at him and it looked like he was trying to tell him, stop, no, blah, blah. And then the dude just fucking stabbed him to death. Fucking his girlfriend didn't want to identify this guy.
I
This
was
is
She
saying,
didn't want to seem
And that's
racist or whatever else.
yes,
That's
that's
why.
why. I was saying from the fucking beginning, something
And
about
she-
this doesn't sound right because the dude's just getting all pissy. They have a confrontation and the dude starts to walk away. This motherfucker gets up from the bench and tries to go in there and just calm him down. No, fuck you. Something was up about that. There
Yeah,
was no way in
yeah.
hell this dude just saw
Hmm.
him and just like, okay, I know mental illness is a thing here in this country, but there's no reason this dude just like literally
Well, he
just
went-
snaps
say-
and walks down the street and then just all
Right. Well, he
stab
went,
somebody.
he
No,
went full fucking Europe with a knife on him. Like, I mean, there, yeah.
And I said it. I said it. I said stabbing somebody with a knife is a crime of passion.
Personal.
It
Yes,
is.
I
Crime of
remember you
passion.
saying that.
And I said that. And I said that was weird that he stabbed him because of it. And look, once again, just wait. Just fucking wait a couple days and you will get the full story. And that's it. Because I knew if it was, I fucking called it. Holy shit.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
but let's continue with this a little
Yeah.
bit because I know it just sparked y'all, but yeah, I'm about to spark you again.
How did the 9/11 terrorists enter the United States?
The 19 9/11 hijackers entered lawfully. 18 of them entered on tourist visas. One of them entered on a student visa, and they were lawfully present at the time of the attacks.
And is entry through the southern border in any way connected to terrorist activity in the United States?
It has not been historically, and there is very little indication that it is currently.
And what is the likelihood that someone will be murdered by a foreign-born terrorist in the United States?
Based on data from 1975 through the end of 2022, the annual chance of being murdered is about 1 in 4.4 million per year. By comparison, the chance of being murdered in a non-terrorist homicide is about 1 in 20,000 per year, or about 316 times greater.
Yeah, so fuck it. Just open the
And
border.
if members of this committee want to look
No.
at the way
No, hold on a sec,
to
pause.
improve national security.
So then what they're saying is don't let fucking anybody in. Because if they're here
Yeah.
legally,
No,
then
well,
The
that,
vetting
no,
process
here,
is shit, no matter what.
no. Well, here's the thing. No,
No.
what they're saying is you should be fine with what's happening and it's okay. Our mental take is we should shut down the fucking border for like 10 years at least and get shit situated. But nobody on that side doesn't have a rational fucking brain to fucking realize that that's what it's going to take because MS-13 has never done anything to anybody here.
Right. Well, to your point there, Scott.
And
Yeah.
terrorist threats.
Exactly.
What would you recommend we do?
I think the number one thing to do in this scenario is to increase lawful immigration so that we can control the border. I think the other witnesses up here actually made a fantastic case for doing that when talking about the smuggling and the human rights violations and how the cartel has got their fingers dug in deep to this black market. If you don't like that, the one surefire way to get rid of it, to exclude the black market from this, is to legalize that flow so folks can come illegally. If people can buy a plane ticket from their home country and come here lawfully after being vetted, they're not going to pay cartels
They're not being
$10,000
vetted.
to smuggle them across a jungle and then a desert where they're going to have a good chance of being raped or murdered, etc. The way to control and to regulate this market is through legalization. We just cannot regulate. It is impossible to regulate a black market. We need to legalize it.
So this motherfucker just said, let them all through, and that will solve the border crisis.
Yeah, that's
Don't vet them. Don't do anything. Just let them the fuck through.
Which is funny how he's saying being vetted, but yet we're not vetting any motherfucker. You want to know what their vetting is? Give them a court date for 3 years from now. That's their fucking vetting right now. Give them a fucking
let them the
fake
fuck
address.
go.
Yeah, because I just listened to a guy that worked for Border Patrol on fucking Drinking Bros, and he literally went through the process depending on what fucking administration is in there, on what process that they go through. Right now, that's all they're doing is getting a fucking address or something like that, not following up on said address or number, giving them a fucking court date for 2 to 3 years from now. That's their vetting process.
Meanwhile, my wife and I have a friend of ours that legally migrated through in the Philippines. We actually helped her study for the civics test and everything like that. I guarantee you, most motherfuckers today wouldn't even pass that civics
hell
test
no.
when they were born here legally.
Exactly. Give that basic test to somebody 22 years old.
Well, that's what Vivek said.
I mean, these
in order to
motherfuckers
vote,
can't even
in order
name
to
the 50
vote,
states.
Vivek said, in order to vote, you have to pass that test.
No.
Which I agree with.
Hold up.
I
agree with, but it doesn't go far enough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Why in the okay, so you know how our three branches of government are
Jeffrey Dahmer vibes, yeah.
You know how our three branches of government is supposed to work.
Right.
Okay, cool. Can you name the people that are on the ballot? Can you put a face to that person's name? Can you put at least one policy that name and face represents?
Nope.
No? Then why the fuck should you have an impact in my life?
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with that 100%.
If you cannot put a face to a name and that name and face to a policy that person represents, and every single person on the ballot, left, right, and center, it don't fucking matter who it is. If you can't name every single one of those people, why the hell should your vote count?
I agree. It's how they were trying to say that voting age should be lower to was like 16. Some are making arguments on like Jesus fucking Christ. They're gonna be voting for anime motherfuckers, like writing them in on the ballot and shit because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. They're not actually paying attention.
Kelly's daughter has virtual sex with an anime AI. She's 20. She literally, dude, she gave the virtual AI a fucking complex that the virtual AI had a meltdown. she said it on our show 2 weeks ago, and I think last week or the week before. The AI, or yeah, 2 weeks ago when her daughter was on the show, her daughter made the fucking AI have a mental breakdown. It has PTSD, and these are the people we want to vote.
You know, I
You're
don't.
giving AI PTSD. That's fucked up.
You know, I like personally, I don't know about her voting, but I give her respect for that. I kind of want to high five her for giving AI a PTSD problem. That's kind of awesome.
I was like,
No, but I mean, I seriously, all right. I know that this would discount a lot of fucking people for voting, and it should be. But I'm sorry. Look at fucking Chicago. Everybody voted for a mass majority of people voted for what's that dude's name? Johnson, Brad Johnson, Brandon Johnson, something like that. And this motherfucker's sitting there saying, hey, these kids that are running around the city committing crimes and everything, they're underage. You can't demonize them. You can't say they're bad because they're out going raping, murdering, and killing and burning things down. No. And everybody's like, the fuck? No, you voted for it, bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you didn't know. You didn't know because it's a vote blue no matter who. Vote red till you're dead crew.
Right.
You didn't know what the fuck you were voting on, but you just voted because it is your right. It is the only right here in the United States that you can actually directly influence everybody else in this country.
True.
It is the only right. Every other right, indirectly, yes. Okay, I carry a gun. So what? Okay, so I may pull that gun. I may have to defend myself. But me carrying that gun is not affecting anybody until I have to use it.
Right.
Voting is the only right you have that directly influences every single person in this fucking country.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So therefore, voting needs to be regulated. It should not be everybody at 18 or over should be able to vote. No, fuck you.
I know at the lowest, it should be like how we fucking did have it. You go in person, you vote, and you bring a fucking ID. If you don't do that, get fucked.
Well, still, even then, that's a soft.
No, I
anything,
know,
man.
I know,
but
but we did not hold that standard. So that's the first problem. If we would have kept holding that standard, stuff may have been different. Now, can we go farther? Cool. Yeah, I agree with the other shit. But we aren't like me and Davey have had this talk before too, and Jackie was in on it too. Like even other laws, bathroom laws, all that other shit. We're not enforcing the current laws. So why the fuck are we trying to do other laws?
Right.
Just we need to enforce the current, like actually enforce this shit.
Laws don't matter apparently because in Philly they changed the shit without their fucking legislation actually doing anything. So
right.
You know, so 2020. They changed their whole voting rights without constitutional amendments or anything being changed. Problem.
And no one, and it was allowed to go through, and it's okay.
Right.
And no one's
It's
doing
okay.
anything about it. Yeah.
Now we see things coming out of Michigan where the Muskegon police actually found that 800,000 illegal registrations were found and 150,000 illegal ballots that were actually counted went through in Muskegon County. Just that county alone.
Yeah, but
There's shit going on in Arizona now too. There's still stuff going on in
Two-thirds-
Georgia and Pennsylvania. Like, but you know, you can't talk about it because you're a conspiracy theorist.
2/3 of the fucking the verification, the signature verification in Arizona, 2/3 of them were done within 3 to 5 seconds. That's the amount of time it takes for information to be sent to your computer, to the server, and come back.
Exactly.
So you can click again. 3 to 5 seconds. 2/3 of those verifications, signature verifications, was done. Now, the whole Carrie Lake trial with the signature verification was she was saying it wasn't done correctly. The judge in that case had said, nah, we're going to dismiss this. There's nothing to this. This is bullshit. She brought it up to the Supreme Court of Arizona. Arizona said there is merit to this case. You must hear it. Kicked it back to the same judge who then put in the stipulation, okay, for me to hear this case, you must prove that not a single verification was ever done. If one single signature was verified, you lose.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
That's just that,
Yeah.
and that's the stipulation. That's everything. Everything's that way. That's what I mean. Like when they give you a poll, or when they give the judges, the people, the jurors, it's like, did you not commit the murder? It's like, wait, what? He did not commit what? Wait, what happened? They confuse
Right.
the shit out of you, and they make these rules up, and they go, okay, well, if you're gonna if you're not gonna abide by my rule, I'm just gonna go, okay, this is what I want. And
Now
then they go,
our
okay, we'll throw out the case.
Our justice system is turned into petty
Yeah.
fucking pieces
Oh,
of shit. That's
Dude. Y'all remember the E. Jean
Man.
Carroll case with Trump?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Judge Kaplan had interfered multiple times in that case to tell Joe Tacopina, which is Trump's lawyer,
Mhm.
to move on. You can't make your case. Move on. And Joe Tacopina's like, how can I defend my client here if you're not going to let me make my points?
Right.
Right.
And the judge is like, no, just keep moving on. He puts in a motion for mistrial for the shit, and the judge is like, no, I'm being fair about it.
Yeah.
I'm being fair.
Yeah.
You can't defend your client. I'm just going to be fair about the whole situation. We're going to dismiss this motion for mistrial. Judges have way too much fucking power.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way
And
too
if you
much power.
and if you question them, they get pissed off, and they become vengeful.
Well, wasn't it
Mhm.
he came out that that judge, the one you were talking about, that's the one that said that his property is overvalued, right?
Kaplan, no.
Okay.
That
'Cause
was that was a different. That was goddamn
Because they showed
Crypt Keeper
another,
looking motherfucker.
yeah, really creepy ass guy, but
That wasn't Kaplan. No.
they showed another video of that guy literally saying that when it comes to certain cases and shit, there's tools that he can use to where he says verdict does not reach what should be put forth by the jurors. Like basically the jurors are wrong.
Right.
So there's tools that he can use where it goes by his emotions and shit. So he's not
Right.
trying to be there for justice. He's trying to be there to be a dickhead and get his social justice warrior fucking patch. That's about it.
Well,
Did you see the
look,
video of
I'm
him
sorry.
smiling in court?
He waived the jury
Yeah.
trial.
Yeah.
There- No, well, okay, that was actually on Trump's lawyers because they did not
Right.
file the motion for that. But to sit there and actually fucking tell me that 17 and a half fucking acres, which Mar-a-Lago sits on, not to mention it's a business, not to mention
Makes
it's like 19
25
fucking bedrooms,
and it makes
53
25
fucking
Well, it makes 20 to 25 million a year. Period
Right.
on that. Just on that alone. Let alone, 17 and a half or whatever acres in Florida. But the fact that it's a business that makes 25 million a year, there's
or
no way you're going to put it under 25 million.
dude, that has to be a low estimate for what Mar-a-Lago is. I
Oh,
guarantee
absolutely.
it. But
It's between 4 to 600 million. That's the regular estimate.
to sit there and say that a house, a business, everything that Mar-a-Lago is sitting on 17 and a half acres,
Oh shit. we got a
19
real estate
bedrooms,
broker in the house.
20 something fucking bedroom or 20 something bathrooms or something like that, sitting on that lot is worth 18 million, when right across the fucking street there is a lot with a third of an acre, 6 bedroom, 5 bath worth 50 million. Go fuck yourself.
Yep,
hold on,
exactly. Yep.
hold on. Something just happened with Rumble.
Oh, somehow it went out.
Oh, Rumble's got to be under attack again. They've been trying to take Rumble out for a minute.
Yeah, that is true. I highly doubt that we got censored on there, but whatever happened with that, it happened. I don't. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove Rumble.
Okay. Well, no. Keep it up. Keep it up.
No, well,
Because-
it wasn't going anymore.
Start it again.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Start it again, because I've been noticing with me, it may look like on my end that it's not happening.
Yeah.
But you give it a few minutes, refresh, and it'll start again.
Yep, I'm gonna refresh over on my side over here. I'll see. Yeah, it's
But
going all right.
is-
All right, yeah.
But isn't with real estate like it's a guesstimate of what you make, and everybody in business always overestimates what their property's valued at?
Oh,
Like,
you
what-
can
of course,
say
but-
you can say whatever. Like you can be like, I want $1 billion for it. You can just say that. Doesn't mean people
But
are
a
going to
bank
pay
is
it.
not going to. No, a bank's going to look at that. They're going to give their appraisal and be like, "This ain't worth $1 billion. What the fuck? This is
Right.
$20,000." I mean, my house right here is estimated at like not even 100,000. So if I were to go to a bank and say, "I want $1 million loan," based on this house, they're gonna be like, go fuck yourself. What
Yeah.
are you? Who are you?
Right. And he also paid back all those loans and everything. Well, looks
With
like
interest. I can't
looks
type all
like
this out.
yeah. Rumble is not having it with us right now. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Just leave and see what happens. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll just leave it. Whatever.
um,
But yeah.
but I don't know, man. It's just grabbing at straws. It's just
Mhm.
fucking grabbing at straws, and they're just trying to do whatever they can.
Maybe we'll have to have you on, Amanda, if you want to come on sometime. Talk about some of that real estate shit, because I would actually like to go into some of that, because there's been so many things thrown back and forth with that.
But yeah. All right. We're still not done with this shit.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
This gets worse. Y'all are about to rage the fuck out.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
I'll be right back. Oh, no. Okay, that was it. That was it. No, basically, all right, from this committee hearing, just to wrap all that shit up, like this goes on, it's like an hour and 58 minutes through everything here. Like even Jayapal, this fucking,
Yeah.
this bitch right here, Beavis knows. I'm sorry, that's what we called her, Beavis nose. She's got Beavis nose. I don't even know how to put it. This bitch right here is just saying, hey, because the people don't come across and they don't commit acts of terrorism across the border, it can't happen. And then this other little motherfucker, we've heard a lot from his weaselly ass.
God, fucking dude.
This motherfucker literally says, 0.07% of people that come across the border are on the terrorist list. So it's not a thing. So
the only reason why you have that number is because the people you've caught, you have no idea how many have gotten in that are actual terrorists. You
right.
Fucking hard part hair motherfucker. God damn.
Well, he said
Yeah,
a
bunch
you
of
know
guys
how-
in the-
1.7
You know
million
how long
people.
it took for us to cut to kick out the Chinese and the Confucius Institutes, and how much they set that shit up?
Mhm.
Right.
Like, come on.
But
You know,
this
Confucius
whole-
says, "Go to bed with itchy ass, wake up with smelly finger."
This whole motherfucking hearing for everybody from Dem, with the D beside their name, this whole hearing is okay. So people don't normally come across the southern border and commit acts of terrorism, so therefore it can't happen. And if you
Right.
want to solve the border crisis, let everybody in. Don't vet them. Just bring them the fuck in.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Right. And then 3 weeks fucking later, we see this shit going on in fucking Israel with the Palestinians and the Israelis and everything like that.
Mhm.
And now they're saying, hey, commit acts of terrorism across the world. How many motherfuckers have come across the border?
Right. And if our president was worth a shit and actually gave a fuck whenever whenever that douchebag that I showed earlier, that Hassam guy came, the 13th, show a national day of Muslim anger, all that shit. If our president was a serious fucking person and actually with us, mentally, besides the country, just mentally, he would come out and be like, you know what? Don't do that. How about don't pay attention to that shit? Don't do any of that.
Right.
Like what the fuck, man?
You've there have been very few that have come across the southern border and committed an act of terrorism. So therefore it can't happen, but our border is open. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 million people have crossed. We don't even fucking know.
Right.
But
And
a
to
very
be honest,
few.
And to be honest, also, I'm not worried about terrorism so much. Yeah, that may happen, but those, like I said, MS-13, other motherfuckers, they're worried about terrorists. What about rapes and murders and all that other shit about?
Yeah.
Were they known terrorists?
Yeah, were they known terrorists? Yeah.
They weren't on the list.
Once again,
Keep
you
saying
So
it.
therefore, then they're not terrorists. They're not terrorizing you. They're not doing anything because they weren't on the terrorism list.
once
They
again,
didn't
you
have
come-
their card, their terrorist
Oh, yeah.
business card with them.
Right.
They weren't wearing their terrorist shirt
Badge.
or their cap with their patch on it.
It says terror.
Yeah.
They didn't have a
And their
fucking
shirt
chest
says
full of
"Unleashed."
bombs on them, so it's not terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't fly a plane into buildings, so it's not terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't blow up the FBI building, so it's not terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. They're just raping little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you stand up for
come
your kids'
here-
rights, you're a terrorist.
If you come here illegally through the border without going through the port of entry, you have committed a fucking crime. I don't know who doesn't fucking understand that. But
Exactly.
apparently, people don't know that because they're just going, well, what crime have they committed?
No, humans
they
are
crossed the
illegal.
border
All of
illegally.
them. And then everything that they've done since then is illegal.
And if you have done anything at all to upset the American fucking way, you are a terrorist. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to give anybody any quarter anymore.
Yeah. no,
You
I
come
agree.
across here, you're raping kids, you're killing people and you are a fucking terrorist. I don't give a shit where you came from and if it was okay in your fucking area.
Yeah,
I
guess
don't
what?
My
It's not
care.
here.
2-year-old is an emotional terrorist. I deal with it every day.
Kids
Uh-huh.
are dicks.
I mean, if I can go to your country and it's okay, I'm not going to do it. But if I go to your country and it's okay to have intercourse with a child, okay, fine. I'm not going to do it because that is my morality.
Right. Well, there's
But
more.
if you
yeah.
come
Jared
here,
from Subway.
if you come here and try that shit, guess what? You're a fucking terrorist because that's our damn laws. I'll be right back.
Well,
You
we're
know,
gonna end.
Actually,
we're
yeah,
actually- we're gonna-
we're
we're-
about to end here in just a minute. But
Oh, I'm
it's funny
sorry.
that she did say this because I heard that ICE cards are like handed to a lot of these motherfuckers now. They're like identification cards that I think have a QR code and other shit on them. Where
Mm.
I guess that's how they're gonna try to keep track of motherfuckers. But yeah,
It's
whatever.
gonna be like an FOP card. Maybe you get like
Yeah,
you get a kid out of one ticket for free if you show them your ICE card.
You get a
You know,
discount at
they
McDonald's.
they put punch holes in it and you get 10, you get deported or something. I don't know. 10
Yeah.
infractions up. You fucked up, dude. One free
Well-
ticket back home.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Rich. It's always a fun time when you're
I'm
on.
sure I derailed everything.
No. I mean,
No, we were going along with a lot of
yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
It's always, you're very informative and you know what you're talking about. So let everybody know where they can find you and your long-winded speeches.
My long-winded speeches. Okay. The only place you're gonna find me now. The only place you're gonna find me now, because fuck YouTube. The only place you're gonna find me now is Rumble. It's rumble.com/c/your voice. I do hear a lot of committee hearings and everything, and this is why I do this, because it's an eye-opening experience to actually hear your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. The things that
Mhm.
these people that you elect are these same people that we highlighted today that are saying these things. They don't reflect your values. They don't reflect anything about you. They try to play these stupid ass games behind closed doors. And if it's out in the open, they play these stupid games of, well, it didn't happen because of this reason.
Exactly.
But
And
But
the
it was
saying
on-
goes,
Really-
believe half of what you see, none of what you hear.
Really quickly, I got a communique. It says, we sold a house 6 weeks ago to a father-son of Middle Eastern descent. My agent was the listing agent. She actually lives behind the house that was sold. The HOA, this is an adult community, reached out to my agent asking why the property is vacant and how come they never moved in. They can't seem to find them, and we are 10 minutes from the closest army base. The HOA called the authorities because they are afraid they may be connected. They paid cash for the house, uncommon. We are meeting with
Yeah.
the FBI tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
paying
they-
cash for a house if you're not like a citizen that's been here for years. Yeah, a little suspect.
there is definitely something to that.
Yeah, a little suspect.
That was a communique I got. But yeah, I had to read through that. But
But definitely, guys.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure with you guys.
Yeah,
It really is.
Glad you were in the comments and asked come on, because yeah, definitely good. We were going in that direction, and it's good to know that we keep doing this toward pointing you people in, knowing that none of these motherfuckers care about you. They're not
No.
gonna fucking do anything for you. None of them.
And once again, I was right about that fucking dude that stabbed him. It was a
Yeah,
crime of
you were.
passion. And holy shit.
That's
Once
crazy.
again, what was that guy's name? Robert Davis? Free Robert Davis. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit. That
Yeah,
dude
that's
saved
true.
children.
That's
Yeah.
That
100%
dude
true. Absolutely.
saved children's life.
I
And
mean,
he
he's
probably
just like
saved a lot
Daniel
of
Penny.
other children's lives, but other motherfuckers' lives. If he actually had AIDS or HIV, and he's whoa.
It's just like Daniel
Mhm.
Penny, you know, the dude that choked that dude out on the subway, and everybody's like, put him in jail. Come on. Are we really going to go down that road? Do you all want to be subjected to these terrorists, these people, domestic or foreign, these people who think they can do whatever they want to simply because they exist?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck
Is
that.
this the road we want to go down?
No, sir,
Jay?
because it's going to lead to some fucking brutality.
Mama
Yeah.
Jay, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on X at Suburban Mama 1. That's Suburban Mama, the number 1. Yeah. And on Sundays.
And on Sundays
I'm
at
number one.
Weekend Hangover at
Yep.
7
On Twitter.
7 Central, 8 Eastern, where we talk about pop culture and documentaries. This week is coming up. We're going to talk about Dancing with the Stars and Survivor and what was the other one?
Special Forces.
Special Forces.
Special.
You can find me
It's
at
so
MW Troublemaker
special.
on Twitter, and you can find me at Troublemaker Davey on TikTok, and all the links are in the bios there.
Yep. Scott_Craiglow on Instagram, Business Party Podcast on Instagram, all the other shit. You can you can find us in places. But beyond that, we will see you next week. We're going to be bringing back Tuesday again soon. Talk Shit Tuesdays, where it's not going to be about a whole lot of this. We want to just try to have some fun sometimes on Tuesdays, break out of the monotony, bullshit, whatever else. But we will see you next week. And don't forget, fuck the moon. We're going to Uranus.
Going to Uranus.
fuckers.
Woo!
Love you all. Have a good night.